welcome to Thursday Business Tip. So today I wanted to do a tip on no apologies necessary. So when you are in business, especially when you're doing things such as craft fairs, Facebook Lives, YouTube Lives, Instagram Lives, Periscope Lives, you are going to get people who are going to question whether your items or your services are worth the price. So what I want to tell you is that absolutely it is, and you should not feel guilty about charging something for your services and your design talent. So a lot of times during this year when you're at craft fairs, people are going to say to you, I'm not going to pay that price because I could buy the supplies and do it myself. Well, guess what? Yeah, they could, but would they have come up with the design that you came up with? Probably not. So you do not need to apologize for your prices, and you do not need to apologize for charging your prices. You know, honestly, when those things happen to me, what I do is I say, oh, okay, great. Well, I hand them my business card and I say, well, you should follow my Facebook Lives and my YouTube Lives on how I do these. And then, you know, you might not get that person as a customer because no matter what you say, that person is still not going to buy that. But you might get them as a follower. So remember, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to justify yourself. And just use that opportunity to get another follower. I know that that's hard because it's painful when people say things to you like that because it is your design talent. If you don't want to do that, you can just say, okay, thank you, and don't say anything else. Because there are people listening that are near you. Now let's talk about groups. So many people have groups now. I have groups, and you can get that when people want to be in your group, and then they can say things to you like, well, why should I pay you for your group? And so let's think about that. So you are sharing all of your knowledge with the people that are in your group. You're sharing your design knowledge. You're sharing your business knowledge. You are sharing your recipes for all of your designs that you make. And yes, absolutely, you should be charging for those, and you should not apologize for it. So did I, you know, this has happened to me. Someone has said to me, well, I don't really think I should have to pay for that. And, you know, in my mind, my immediate reaction is, I'm a CPA. I've been a CFO for, you know, a lot of years, and I have a successful business. This isn't even my first successful business. But I didn't say that. I just said, okay, thank you for your time, and went on. Because people like that are not going to change their mind. That is their gut reaction. And so you just have to learn to toughen up your skin a little bit and move on. Because you know what? That doesn't mean that you're not qualified to do what you're doing. It doesn't mean that your designs aren't worth it, your services aren't worth it. It just means that that person doesn't get it. And you know what that means? That's not your customer. Now, they might be a follower, but they're not your customer. So you need to be proud of what you do. Don't apologize. No apologies necessary when you're in business. You have to put yourself and your business first. So that doesn't mean that you don't provide customer service, because, hey, that is a #1 thing that you should do. You always provide customer service, but you do not need to apologize for setting your price, for charging people to do what you're doing. I spent a lot of money on a lot of training to learn how to do a lot of the things. I spent a lot of money on my, you know, to become a certified public accountant. And I did a lot of training when I was a CFO. And absolutely, I worked very hard to get all of that knowledge. And in my business, I have worked very hard. And I'm not going to apologize to someone because they don't see that, because they don't know that I have done all that. And that's okay. I'm not going to be upset when someone doesn't get it, because that's not my customer. My customer is someone who sees the value in what I have learned and achieved in my life, and that's my customer. I just wanted to tell you this because you're going into craft season, and there's tons of craft fairs going on right now. And if you're doing your first craft fair, or you're opening your first group, or you're doing your first live, I want you to know that these things are going to happen and that you do not need to apologize. Don't apologize. Don't justify. Don't spend time justifying anything to that person, because it's not going to make any difference. You have to just accept it and move on, because that person isn't worth your time to try to explain it. And even if you do, they're not. And understand that not every person is going to be your customer. So you have to really understand that there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with your crafts or your services. It is just that it's not the person for you. So don't despair. Don't worry about what people have said to you. You just keep that smile on your face, because you are worth it. I promise you're worth it. And your items and your services are worth it. Seriously? There's a fly in here. Okay. Your services and your products are worth it. So don't let someone else steal your thunder. Don't do it. And realize that if you go out and you sell your services and you sell your products and you might only sell one or two, don't fret. It takes time. So remember, it takes time. You're just going to have patience and thicken up that skin, because people are going to say things, and that doesn't mean anything. That's their problem. Don't make it your problem. I just wanted to do a tip on this because at this time of year, I hear this over and over and over from people. You know, they're doing their first craft fair, and they hear these comments, and it makes them, it hurts, and it makes them doubt themselves. So don't do that, okay? Don't do that. It is not your issue. It's that person's issue. Okay, you just smile and move on, because there is going to be someone who is going to be like, oh my gosh, I love that. That's my thing. Or, oh, I need your services so badly. So you just hold out for that right customer, because they're out there. And I can tell you that the market is not flooded with what we do. There are millions and millions and trillions of people in the world. And you know, there's a small community of people who are providing services and making wreaths and centerpieces and other lovely things for people's homes. Well, all of those people have homes. And there are tons of people out there who want to decorate their house, or want to learn how to decorate, or want to learn how to run a business. So absolutely, go ahead, start your dream, don't wait, and toughen up your skin, because you are worth it. I know you're worth it. Well, I thank you for watching, and just remember that I do have a group for learning how to run a business and make it successful, especially on social media these days. And I also have a design group where I teach people a lot of the little design tricks that I have learned over the years. And we have a great time in both my groups. So there's a link in the description below if you are interested in either group. And I will see you again in another week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.